Hi there. Welcome to Mr. Joe's Exclusive Stories, the channel where heartfelt narratives come to life. In today's tale of ambition and self-worth, you'll see how one decision can change everything. If you love stories that uplift, motivate, and inspire kindness, go ahead and hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss an episode. Like this video if the topic resonates with you, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice helps us build a community of kindness. Now let's dive into the story. I'll never forget the first time my wife told me I didn't make enough money. She said it casually, lightly, like a joke. But some words aren't jokes. Some words land on you like stones. We were sitting in an expensive restaurant she had insisted on. One of those places where the lighting is carefully dimmed, the plates look like art pieces, and the menu doesn't show prices because, apparently, if you have to ask, you shouldn't be there. I remember staring at the menu, trying not to let panic flare across my face. The names of the dishes were in French, the descriptions vague, and the smell of truffle oil thick in the air. I kept calculating in my head. If I only order water, maybe skip dessert, maybe skip the appetizer. My wife, Emily, looked radiant across from me. She loved these places. She took pictures of everything. The table, the candles, the chandelier, even the complimentary bread. Her phone glittered in her hand like a trophy. I must have been visibly tense because she laughed, nudged my arm, and said, "Relax. One day you'll make real money. Then we won't have to think so hard." Real money. That phrase clung to me like a stain I couldn't scrub off. I forced a smile. "I'm not stressed. Just deciding." She rolled her eyes. "You analyze a menu like you're negotiating a merger." I brushed it off that night. But over the next few months, the comments began to cut deeper. Whenever she saw a luxury car pass by, she'd sigh dramatically and say, "Imagine if my husband could afford that." Whenever she saw someone traveling online, she'd shake her head. "Must be nice to marry a man with ambition." Ambition, as if waking up early and coming home late wasn't ambition. As if burning myself out to build a life for us wasn't ambition. As if effort didn't count, only the price tag did. Emily wasn't always like this. When we first met, she was sweet, soft-spoken, humble. We lived in a tiny apartment then, and she used to brag about how I could fix anything. Leaky faucets, broken shelves, even our squeaky door hinge. She used to tell me I was the most hard-working man she knew. But somewhere along the way, Instagram happened. Her friends started marrying lawyers, bankers, tech geniuses. They bought big houses and posted soft life reels. Suddenly, Emily started to feel like she was behind, like she'd married wrong. Like she was losing in a race nobody asked her to join, and I became the anchor pulling her down. The breaking point came at her friend Lydia's birthday party. Lydia had married a startup founder, and they lived in a massive mansion, sleek, modern, floor-to-ceiling windows, marble floors that echoed with money. There were waiters carrying drinks, a private pool glowing turquoise in the night, and influencers taking photos by every corner like the place was a movie set. I was standing at the bar, trying to blend in, when I heard Emily's voice behind me. "I love him," she was saying, "but I'm married down. Everyone here lives better than I do." Married down. Her words sliced clean through me. Her friends gasped, then laughed awkwardly. Someone said, "You're loyal though. Not many women could do what you do." Emily chuckled. "Let's not pretend. It's hard. I'm always thinking about money. Always compromising. Compromising." Like being with me was an inconvenience. My vision blurred. I gripped my drink so tightly the glass almost cracked. I didn't confront her, didn't argue, didn't ask why she'd humiliate me publicly. I went home, sat alone in the dark, and made a decision. If money was all she respected, then I would build something she could never ignore. Not to win her back, but to free myself from her contempt. That night, I opened my laptop and made a plan. Not a dream, a plan. For months, I worked in silence, day job by day, coding and building automation tools by night. I watched tutorials until dawn, took online courses, studied business models, learned everything I could from scratch. I didn't sleep much, didn't complain, didn't brag, didn't tell her anything. Meanwhile, Emily's comments got worse. "You're always on that laptop," she'd say. "And for what? It's not like it brings in money. You're boring now. You're not ambitious enough. Do you want us to live in this apartment forever?" She didn't know I had already paid off half the mortgage. She didn't know my tool had quietly made its first $600. She didn't know I had customers requesting features. She didn't know I had a team of freelancers helping me scale. Every insult only fueled me further. Little by little, the money grew. Hundreds became thousands. Thousands became tens of thousands. Then one day, a mid-sized company wanted to license my tool. My income tripled, and Emily didn't even notice. She was too busy comparing me to rich men online. As my business flourished, I stayed quiet. I let her believe nothing had changed. I still drove my old car, still wore my basic clothes, still took her to mid-range restaurants. I wasn't hiding my success. I was testing her character. Would she treat me better if she thought I was wealthy? Or did the real Emily already reveal herself? The answer came sooner than I expected. One night, she came home late, her makeup smudged, her perfume too strong, her eyes avoiding mine. I didn't ask questions. The truth was already in the air between us. She stood in the doorway, arms crossed. "We need to talk," she said. "I can't do this anymore. I want more out of life. Maybe someone who can provide it." I looked at her for a long time. Her words didn't hurt like before. Not because I didn't care, but because I had already let go. I nodded calmly. "I won't stop you." She blinked in surprise. She expected me to beg, argue, defend myself. Instead, I walked into the bedroom, opened the drawer under the bed, and came back with a folder. I placed it on the table. "What's this?" she asked. "Your freedom," I said. She opened it slowly and froze. Inside were divorce papers, signed, dated, and behind them, the deed to our apartment. Her name on it, paid off in full. Her hands shook. "You wait, how did you pay for this?" she whispered. "With the ambition you said I didn't have." She stared at me like she was seeing me for the first time in years. "I don't understand," she said, voice trembling. You said nothing was working. You said the business wasn't making money." "I never said that," I said. "You assumed it because I wasn't bragging." Her lips parted. "I wanted to see who you really were when you thought I had nothing." Tears began to fill her eyes. I was frustrated," she said. "I didn't mean those things." I tilted my head. "You meant them enough to say them." She stepped toward me. "Please, I can change." I stepped back. "You shouldn't have to change for me," I said. "But I won't live with a woman who sees me as a failure unless I'm holding a stack of money." I didn't. "You did," I said, "every day for the last 2 years. And now, you don't ever have to worry about money again." She clutched the deed to her chest like it could save her from drowning. "Why?" she whispered. "Why leave me the apartment? Why give me anything?" "Because I meant my vows," I said quietly, "even when you didn't." She broke then, crying, apologizing, begging, grasping at the air between us. But I was already gone. I walked past her, opened the door, and stepped into the hallway. She whispered, "Please don't go." I turned to her one last time. "I'm not leaving because you didn't believe in me," I said. "I'm leaving because you only believe in money. And I refuse to spend the rest of my life proving my worth to someone who measures it in price tags." The door clicked shut behind me. 2 years later, my company was featured in a major tech magazine. I had employees, partners, investors. I traveled more than I could have imagined, made more than I dreamed. And one day, I received a message from Emily. Just 4 words. "I'm proud of you." I stared at the screen for a moment, then turned my phone off. Because the truth was simple. I made sure she never needed my money again. And I made sure I never needed her validation again. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you or made you rethink how you value yourself, let us know in the comments. We love hearing your reflections. Share this video with someone who could use a little motivation today. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Mr. Joe's exclusive stories for more life-changing narratives. Make sure to ring the bell so you're always first to hear our latest stories of resilience, kindness, and human connection. Until next time, keep being kind and stay inspired.